Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech, where I just had a crash. So I introed the video, I put the blackjack into the repair thing for repairs, I started working on improved power conduits, and the reason that I started doing that is that I want to upgrade our ship drive the rest of the way. I want our ship to be as fast as it can possibly be, so that we can visit as many systems as possible, because you get points for each new system you visit, and a significant amount of score at the end of the campaign if you visited all of them. That I can't imagine is even remotely possible, looking at the number of stars on the star map. But we should try, at least. We should try to leave that option open. So I thought this was important. So we're working on that stuff. And the blackjack is repaired, but as soon as it finished, the game crashed to desktop. Fortunately, it looks like it autosaves when you finish stuff, I guess? Or, I don't know. Our Iron Man save is here, though, and it is intact, and everything is cool. So, let us talk about jobs. I had made a decision already, and we'll just walk back through the logic real fast. There is this job here, Incomplete Intelligence, available from the local pirate organization. Our Canopian enemies are hiding restricted munitions in a series of warehouses used to distribute medical supplies, and Darius is like, you know, I'm not sure, can we trust these guys? Are we sure we're not just blowing up humanitarian aid supplies? Now listen, if we're going to decide we're going to ally with the pirates here, we're going to maybe have to take some jobs that are not great morally, and the fact that we are doing something as a character in a game does not mean that we would promote that thing being done in real life. But that said, even so, this makes me uncomfortable. Also, it's a 3-skull mission, which I'm not sure we could do. We've been struggling against 2.5s, so I'm not eager to try this. So I think we're gonna just leave the system. There is a 2.5 available here, but it is against the local pirate organization, and this other job that has a really great payout is also against the local pirate organization. So I am not eager to do those. What I am eager to do is leave. We do have a travel contract available. A pirate convoy was ambushed and looted for expensive industrial materials, and the perpetrators are moving the stolen goods to a secure location. We'd like you to strike the convoy and destroy it. Here's the thing. I don't like that word, convoy. The game's difficulty is all screwy around vehicles, right? My suspicion is, based on the things that we've seen, there might be like a negative sign somewhere that is not supposed to be there, and for each crazy hard vehicle it adds to a mission, it is subtracting difficulty skulls rather than adding them. But in any case, I don't much care for this, and I don't much care for the world that it's trying to take us to, which is this one. This barren, empty world is a testament to the devastation of the Succession Wars. The military installations here were bombarded from orbit, and the climate was irreparably damaged by the orbital strikes. So it is a battlefield world, which means there might be cool stuff in the shop because of scavenging. But that aside, not a lot of valuable attractions here. And I'm a little worried about taking a 2.5 skull mission that is loaded down with vehicles and then having to bail on it because it turns out that it's way, way, way too hard, and losing rep with the pirates because we bailed on it. So I think we're going to go to Cluff's Stand instead. We're going to take some missions here. It's a 2-skull challenge world. That should work out well for us. The population is rich. There's a mega city here with a thriving black market, and it's a manufacturing zone, so reliable sources of mech parts and components. I think that this is our next target. But before we leave, I did not check the store. We should probably do that. They really do not have a lot of stuff available here. We could buy an AC-20. Let's see. We're going to have to pay 718,000 C-bills in 3 days. I mean, we can certainly afford this. It is a powerful weapon. Yeah, you know what? Let's buy it. These are not necessarily hard to find, but I'm thinking if we buy this one right now, we could try plugging it into that Thunderbolt on the way to our next destination. So let's talk about the Thunderbolt. This thing is very large and extremely cool looking. I don't know if I've expressed that enough. I think this looks super, super cool. What do we want to jam in this thing? We have 2 autocannon, 4 laser, 2 missile, 2 support hardpoints. So honestly, kind of whatever we want. We do not have any heavy jump jets. There's a check store button down here, which means you don't have to jump all the way out through the other menus. Thank you very much to the person who pointed that out. I should have looked up your name. Nope, it's not on this thing over here. Okay. Sorry. Thank you very much, person whose name I have forgotten callously. We do have heavy jump jets available. We can buy 4 of these and still make pay. We're going to have to actually get a job done on Clough's stand. But that's alright, I intend to. Let's say we wanted to put all the jump jets in, because I do love mobility. And then let's say I wanted to attach the world's largest cannon to this thing. It just fires bricks of metal, like tank-sized bricks. The king of the battlefield in terms of raw damage, AC-20s hit harder than any other weapon. However, this comes at the expense of weight, range, and severely limited ammunition. The AC-20 bin only holds 5 shots. That said, how much would another one of these be? We could mount a second bin, cutting it a little close here. Yeah, we could mount a second bin, and this is just like our autocannon ammo delivery system. Now, even with that, we still only have 10 shots, so we got to be a little bit judicious with them. What else do we want to mount on this thing? It has to get really, really close to do its job. This thing has an optimal range of 180, max range of 270. So we could also load it with SRMs. Probably shouldn't quite do this. What's our Alpha Strike heat right now? 48. Okay, probably just the one SRM pod then. And a single heatsink, not really for effectiveness, but just sort of as an offering to the heat gods. I remember you. Please, do not punish us. Honestly, we don't need a heatsink for this. Now we could cut some jump jets. You know what? Each SRM bin gives so much. We don't need to do 2 bins. I could throw like a medium laser in here. What does heat look like then? We're alpha striking at 48. We don't have to alpha strike. We could turn off the medium laser. Medium laser is a fair amount of damage for the weight. Not so good heat to damage relative. But maybe I don't want to run. These heavy jump jets are heavy. Maybe I don't want to run 4 of these. Because if we didn't run 4 of these, we could put in another. What if I did this and that? And then we put in that other SRM bay. Now our Alpha Strike's pretty big. We're firing 12, so we have fewer than 10 shots worth of SRMs. And fewer than 10, and exactly 10 shots worth of AC-20. How hard does this thing punch? Okay, it's got plus 15 damage from a quirk of the chassis. It's just built to be good at punching. So 80 damage punches. It's going to be running up on people, trying to get the shot, and when it can't get the shot, just punching big holes in them. Let's try it like this. We'll see if we want to make any changes. Look at how heavily armored it is. This is a really great leading the charge sort of mech. Okay, so 9 days. That still puts us under our travel time. I don't know that we want to make a lot of other changes, though, in the sense that, like, it's expensive. We should probably refit the commando. I can't imagine using the commando again, though. But, like, if we did want to just completely replace this thing, or completely rebuild this thing, we put SRM ammo on this side, I guess, and a medium laser back in. That's a 125,000 C-bill repair. We can't do that right now. It's because of all the parts we have to replace. I think I'm just gonna let Yang chill for a couple of days at the end of the trip. We don't have the money to make any other big moves, and I don't think I really want to make any changes to our current setup. I like a lot of our mechs the way they are. Yeah, okay. Let's head out over to Clough's stand. Clough's stand is named for the revolutionary leader who seized power when the Capellans abandoned the world. It is dominated by a single sprawling megacity, New Durban. and fed by massive coastal algae farms. Algae.
By your command.
Alright, we still have enough money to make the trip. We're definitely cutting it a little close. I'm hoping that there's good work here. We have a whole month, though. We definitely have enough time to get from Clough's Stand to other worlds where we could work as well. You bump into Rocket in the corridor. Notice they are in unusually high spirits. What's new, you ask them? Rocket grins. I don't want to make too big a deal out of this, but today's my birthday. Yeah, well, that seems to be a lot of that going around lately. I guess it's been like a third of a year. Alright, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dylan. There's a mouse over for Dylan in case we didn't realize that Dylan was Rocket's name. Are you doing anything to celebrate? No, Commander, that's fine. It's just a normal day for everybody else. Okay, high spirits for Rocket. Unfortunately, fairly unlikely to bring Rocket on a mission.
Ready to go over financials whenever you are.
Yep, bankruptcy projected. Here's the thing. I definitely want to at least go generous pay for the next month, because that's going to get us up into the next morale tier. I think we'll just do generous for now. Sand Cricket has returned to duty. I do wish that Darius would just chill out about this stuff. He's got to know I'm watching. I can understand why he would think that I am not watching it on account of we keep coming right up against going broke. But, man needs to have a little trust. So Sand Cricket's back. Sand Cricket is a pretty good pilot. What we really need to do is get our training pods going, so that the pilots who are not on active duty can gain XP and still level up to a point where they are useful. Because there are points where we are going to run out of pilots. Points where people are going to be all wounded out. Alright. Fingers crossed, everybody. Clough's Stand is, boy, it better be good here.
Looks like we've arrived, Commander.
Alright, let's visit the store. We may as well take a look. So they have some Banshee parts available. Wow, that is a big mech. Dragon, Griffin, and Locust parts. Do we have... We don't have any of these. Looks like not much in the way of weapons. Yeah, some interesting salvage, but probably I would not spend on just picking up parts of random mechs. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a piece of a Griffin or a Dragon as salvage. Let us find some work. Game is having a really hard time loading this menu. Okay. 2.5, 1.5. 1.5s are a little lower than I would like. I was hoping for some 2s. We have a 2. Is this against the pirates? It is not. Okay, considerable. Let's start with the one the pirates want to pay us to do. This will probably be a little bit on the too easy side, but want that pirate rep. We've discovered that the Capellan Confederation has reactivated an old manufacturing facility in this system. To maintain the balance of power, the local pirate organization needs to capture this facility. You make a surgical strike, occupy the base, and hold it until pirate forces can arrive to take control. Alright. I can do that. My suspicion is we're not talking about a lot of valuable salvage here, so let's take the 417. I still want one piece, in case the pirates have misestimated the strength of the Capellan forces. But yeah, we need to hit every job on this world if we can. We need the money. Alright, let's pull the Vindicator for the Thunderbolt. I'm not sure if that's right or not. The Blackjack's a better weapon than the Vindicator. This does abbreviate our range a little bit, although the Vindicator was kind of a short-range mech anyway. It has that PPC. And the Thunderbolt, like, actually can't do anything on turns when it can't get close to people. I may have over-specialized. We might want this on somebody who has, like, a lot of piloting? Yeah, whatever. Hatchet Man needs to be able to get in and cut people up. So we have 2 mechs that are effective at pretty long range, one of which needs direct line of sight, and then we have 2 short rangers. This should be fine. And again, it's a 1.5 skull difficulty, so I'm probably over-preparing as it is. But we need some stuff to go right here. We need to spend some time getting stuff right, because I need to build up a little bit of a nest egg. We don't even really necessarily need to gain a lot of company effectiveness here. Although, like I said, if we find a piece of a dragon or a griffin, we could maybe come away from the system with a new mech. But really, this is just about rebuilding financially, because we've been spending a lot. I've been spending on important things, like morale and giant killer robots, but it's still a lot of spending. They haven't told us what precisely this factory is producing, but given the strength of the enemy forces on the ground, it's something worth protecting. Yeah.
Interface initiated.
I too am prepared for this to turn out to be way worse than we thought. I like Darius because he's as pessimistic as I am in real life. Before we start our attack, we should recon the facility's defenses from a defensible position. Once that's done, move in and capture the base. I do want to try to feel out their turret situation. We have the Blackjack approach. And I mean, the Thunderbolt also needs to approach because it has no job if it's not approaching.
Enemy detected.
Okay, is that a vehicle reading? It is. Maybe I want to move this way with the Thunderbolt instead then.
Got it.
I'm just going to run into the open with the Hatchet Man. I don't want to have to run out of the forest next turn. And we have 6 points of evasion here. I'm not worried. Alright, so we actually... Oh, there is a third reading. Is that... That looks like a turret. It's on a stand over there. Okay, so we're going to see some really light mechs, it looks like. I probably don't have to be that worried. Who wants to go first? Is it Thunderbolt? Probably the Thunderbolt. Oh, he's... Sorry. Thunderbolt's a 2 mech. Well, I guess let's move you forward to here, see what these are. And if they are not scary, then maybe I just sensor lock the vehicle? Because vehicles can be pretty terrifying even on low difficulties. Now, that thing's a fire starter. It's going to come at us with all these flamethrowers. I don't know if we've actually seen a flamethrower used, but what they do is they do a very small amount of damage, but they load up a ton of heat on your mech, so it can be dangerous in that way. And if it forces a critical overheat, that's going to do a bunch of damage anyway. I think for now, though, I'm just going to sensor... I want to know what we're up against.
Sensor lock on target.
I'm pretty sure that first mission where we saw the heavy SRM carrier was a 1.5 skull. Okay, so that thing's a Scorpion. That's not too dangerous. And over here we have a Striker. Okay, we can deal with these vehicles.
I'm receiving you.
Alright, so we'll move forward to potentially threaten melee attacks on these guys over here, and let's just take out the Striker before it has a chance to shoot us. Actually, we're almost certainly not going to kill it. We can soften it up. Unfortunately, we hit the right armor, not the left. Probably going to be pretty hard to take advantage of. Alright.
Standing by.
No kill like overkill.
I copy.
I actually don't have the range to shoot anything very accurately. Let's just bring down the Striker. I don't want to deal with this. So I'm going to save some SRMs. Actually, I'm not going to fire the SRMs at all. If the autocannon hits, it instantly kills the thing.
Target acquired. One more for the trash heap.
That right there is why you want to run a single weapon that has a high damage output instead of running a bunch of weapons together. Because, man, when you can really focus all the damage in one spot, it really gets some things accomplished. So I think the enemies I'm most worried about here are the Firestarter and the Scorpion. I'm not too concerned about the Panther PPC.
Location confirmed.
I don't know, maybe I should be more worried about the Panther than the Flamethrowers, especially since we're in pretty good shape heat-wise right now. Yeah, alright. Let's be worried about these guys. How many... Actually, hold on. How many missiles do I need to fire here? They're going to get spread out pretty evenly over the different armor parts. I need to do 71 damage for a kill. My guess is I'm going to need most of the missile launchers on the Scorpion. 71 damage to one location is probably in the neighborhood of 50 missiles to have like a reasonably good shot at that happening. I'm just going to fire all the missile launchers at it.
Multiple targets.
And the autocannon can go with the other guy. It would be really nice if this was dead. Okay, we got there. But did you see the damage did spread out quite a bit. We also stripped all the armor off of the front. Alright, well, it's hard not to feel like I'm in a good position here. This mission is a little too easy for us. I want some 2 skulls. I think that's kind of where our sweet spot is. Although, actually, you know what? With the Thunderbolt up now, probably 2.5s are okay. Also, hopefully Centurion's not going to be out of commission for too long. What an unlucky headshot. Oh, and he's just a little bit too far away for me to melee him. Well, I'd like to shoot him in the right arm.
Affirmative.
Right, the right arm's the PPC. Yeah. And now that I'm at the edge of the forest, melee attack is pretty well guaranteed. Man. Stupid autocannons being hard to hit with.
Engaging target.
I still missed. In fact, none of that hit the arm. Ugh. Terrible. Okay, Reckless. Can you get up here? You totally can. I think I'm going to do this. Take advantage of the height.
Engaging jump jets.
I don't know what the fire starter is doing, but it has certainly made it possible for me to just completely ignore it this turn.
All weapons committed.
Ready for orders.
Can't quite get into melee range, but I can run up here and give him the autocannon. Here's a question. Do I need to fire missiles this time? Yeah, we need to fire missiles because if I hit, like, the arm or something, it won't actually core him.
Roger that.
There we go. We push a lot of damage through.
I think I hit something good.
Also, the that size of autocannon does,
How's it
like,
going?
40 stability damage on hit, which is pretty great.
Moving
So
out.
we'll just move up to here. You know what? I'm, like, acting like I'm going to shoot at both of them, but that's not going to happen. Oh, I'm too close for a good shot on this guy. Well, then maybe I only shoot at that guy. Ugh. He's all running fast. Yeah, I think I only shoot at this guy. At this point, the Panther's not actually a danger anymore. Boy, that feels like a lot fewer of those missiles hit than I was expecting. Part of that might be, though, that all of the misses were in the front part of the salvo. It did look like we were just going to not hit him at all for a minute.
Standing by.
Alright, here's what I think about you and your headshots. She cut his entire body off.
Kill.
That's messed up.
All weapons committed.
Wow, good shooting.
What's up, boss?
Good news is he's been unsteadied. There might be defensive turrets around this this base, maybe? Probably don't need to give this guy everything. You know what? I really don't want him to survive. Missed with the autocannon. Okay, didn't actually even do that much damage. When the autocannon misses, it's very unfortunate. I need to back up quite a bit. We can get almost into a good range here. Any place that I can back up enough to get good range, I can't also get a clean shot. So I'm just going to sprint forward.
Okay. Throttle up.
We could burn some heat off here. That would be all right. Well, that's not going to keep you alive.
All weapons committed.
Okay, so now he's down to like just 3 flamethrowers as weaponry.
Critical damage detected.
Orders.
Centurion can save us a point of AC-20 ammo, probably.
10-4. Copy that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's strip all the armor off of every part of that guy's body evenly. Why wouldn't we do it that way?
Move order received.
A little awkward. I have to turn my back on the base in order to get the shot. I'm just gonna give him the full volley. Let's get this over with, can we? He's still alive, technically.
Something good.
I can't imagine how he thinks he's gonna continue fighting.
Commander.
But he is definitely technically alive. No one could argue with that.
Affirmative.
At this point, this is definitely overkill, but also, please die. There, we've left almost no part of that mech standing. We could salvage that. I don't think we're going to. Saber, feeling guilty, he was like, oh, I know that looks really trashed, but I think we can get something out of that. Alright, that's a Star League era manufacturing facility, alright. No wonder the local pirate organization wants it so bad. Alright, be careful of reinforcements. I am not that worried about their reinforcements, if I'm being honest with you.
Move order received.
My suspicion is this is going to be one more lance of mechs that are probably not any more difficult, so... I hate all this forest. It's going to be such a pain to run around over here.
Order acknowledged.
Alright, where are the enemies coming in from? My guess is they're going to be beyond the base, not from the direction we came from.
Roger that.
10-4.
I've got eyes on hostile
Okay. Oh! Or they're going to drop in right on top of us, I guess. That could happen. That was not, in my opinion, a great play for them. They should have dropped a little further away. They don't want to be this close to us. Yeah, they either needed to drop from, like, further away, or they needed to just DFA out of the dropship right on top of us. That might have worked. You can have a really, really hard time killing the Hatchet Man.
I'm receiving you.
Okay, Reckless, do you have... Oh, she has a pretty clean shot right now, actually. Not that the spider is necessarily a terrifying foe. Let's, actually reserve.
Roger that.
I'm gonna reserve down to 1, let them all come in, and then we'll, tear them apart after. Okay, they got a vehicle. You know, for its size, that Hatchet Man really stands tough. This is just going to be the same thing? Yep. Well, okay. So these are marginally more dangerous than the spider. I don't think any of the enemies we're facing here are really a concern, but the flamethrower guy could at least cause an overheat that would deal structural damage and would require us to stop doing stuff to repair, so I think that's going to be our first target here. Centurion, you can go first.
Acknowledged.
You have the honor. So I don't think it really... I guess we just aim center. I don't think it really matters. His weapons are kind of spread all over his torso. I just wanted to make sure we'd actually hit with something.
Receiving you.
Okay, probably it's Ricochet's turn now. There we go. Really? Okay, maybe we want to, Is it obstructed? Oh, yeah. I can't get a clean shot on him because of the trees. Well, shoot. Do I even want to attack him at that? I probably... Maybe we wait. Hold on. Maybe we do stuff with somebody else. Figure out what we're going to need here. Man. The guy is really hard to hit. Yeah, I really just don't want to get shot with a flamethrower.
Good to go.
Like, to be perfectly honest, I'm willing to endure another salvo of missiles. I don't think that's a real problem.
Roger that.
But I don't particularly want to get shot with this flamethrower. Some of my mechs have heat problems as it is.
Affirmative.
Okay. AC-20 to the center torso will kill, like, pretty much anything below 45 tons.
Standing by.
Oh, I should move to a location where I have a direct shot, and let's just start taking strikers. The spider, yeah, it's just a standard spider with only 2 medium lasers. I really don't care all that much.
Acknowledged.
And just like very evenly distributed damage. Alright, so we have the Blackjack and the Hatchet Man on 3. We can probably... Is he gonna... Okay. I thought for a second there he was trying to stomp me. We can probably get rid of these. Like, the Hatchet Man can probably run over and step on the one that isn't yet damaged.
I'm receiving you.
It's all... Yeah, it's all open ground.
Copy that.
This is a 220 damage melee attack. Gonna be fairly difficult to stand through.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle removed.
I guess we could try to run in on it and get the medium laser in as well. Oh, it actually only has a tiny, tiny little bit of armor left on the front. Yeah, this thing's dead.
All weapons committed.
Ricochet came so close.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Orders.
160 damage from a DFA. Yeah, I have the leg armor to withstand that. What if I just jumped on it? Actually, it's not that likely to hit, is the answer to that question.
Up high.
I'll just jump up behind him and shoot him in his stupid back. Although, apparently, I'm going to have to precision strike to make that work. There we go. Hit him with some of that. A little bit of that connected.
Waiting for orders. Targeting for an alpha strike.
I was really hoping to just hit with the autocannon. I think an autocannon hit from the back would have killed him almost no matter where it connected.
Took a hard hit there.
Yeah, I thought a Thunderbolt's tough enough that a spider, like, actually just can't kill it. This is not a realistic concern. Also, we unsteadied it so much that it was not able to remove the unsteady state by walking.
Enemy mech critical damage.
So, as if we needed any help, now it's laying down and we get to target the center torso for free. This mission was too easy. I wanted something a little bit more doable than that base defense that we just did, which was 2.5. But 1.5 is definitely too far down.
Roger that. Target confirmed.
Ready for orders. Taking the shot.
Okay, there we go. Then he fires all the missiles,
Removed.
you know, just for good measure.
Mission.
Alright. It doesn't need to really zoom around and show me, oh, like, this is where the dropship is. Here's the evacuation area. Probably the mission triggers should be set up to check if you are getting an automatic extract before doing any of the other camera stuff. Alright. Pretty straightforward. Centurion's out for 17 days. You know, it happens. Oh, so we actually don't have a fire starter. There's not anything particularly noteworthy in the loot here. Let's finish up a fire starter. We also got, hooray, a piece of a spider. I'm so happy. Well, you know, if we finish a spider, we can at least sell off the spare one. Or wait, did I sell... I sold some of our mechs. I don't remember. We definitely want to have one of each in the bay.
That mech you asked for is cleared for
Firestarter is a dangerous mech for its tonnage. Carefully timed attacks with its flamers can shut down any mech, and leave it open to punishment from your other forces. The FS9H also makes a decent light mech hunter killer. Okay, well, I think it's probably pretty unlikely that we will make any use of this thing at all. Unlikely enough that I think I'm willing... Let's just, let's mothball it, because while it's in storage, we don't have to pay upkeep on it. We're not going to use that. And let's be honest, we could just store this thing too. The mech is too badly damaged to safely lock it down. I have to fix it first. Ugh. The Panther... I'm going to store this thing as well. There's no way I'm ever using that. If we ever wanted the Cicada, we would just run the Jenner instead. Alright, let's do another mission. I see no reason to not just go for it immediately. Stuff's going to be, it seems like, pretty straightforward here. Hot landing, 2.5. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do the 2-skull thing here. Yeah, we should be able to do this. We're getting a number of reports from agents on the ground of a powerful mech sporting Canopian colors. A single mech operating on its own out in the middle of nowhere sounds like a trap. I was just thinking that same thing. Our plan is to spring this trap and see who comes to investigate. Engage the mech, intercept the forces the Magistracy of Canopus sends to defend it, and destroy all of them. Alright, forewarned is forearmed, but also this is very obviously a trap. I could do that. So, the question now is, do we want to take some extra salvage, given that we know that there's a powerful mech involved? Yeah, let's go 2.8 on this one. It's going to get us above our pay threshold either way, even if we, whether we take a lot of salvage or not. And Centurion's got to sit for a bit. I don't know. Let's pull Rocket in, I guess, and take advantage of her high spirits. She is not a great pilot. Maybe we should swap... Man, Saber's not really any better, though. Yeah, this is fine. We gotta put somebody who's not really qualified in here, so... It would be very helpful if we had the training pods up and people were leveling up all the time. Well, we can make that a priority after we fix the engines, although, honestly, I'm probably going to want to go for some of the recreational stuff first. If we could get to the highest morale tier, I would like that very much. I wonder what a single powerful mech means in a 2-skull mission. Are they talking about a good heavy? Are we going to get here and find out that it's like another Hatchet Man? Everybody seems to be very impressed with the Hatchet Man. Okay, move up and make contact. Let's see what sort of trap this is.
Let's get to fighting.
Hey, you know what's really cool? This this tile set. I like these jungle maps quite a bit. Well, check this out. There's a little area here that is way too deep to walk a mech into. Alright, so... I do not have an objective marker. We just know around here, huh? Alright, well... Let's start working with around here. I will say it's a little bit bright.
Copy that. On the move.
The water is nice for the effect that it has on our heat generation, but it does... Oh, hold on. There is, in fact, an objective marker. It's over there. It's just hard to see that color in the thing, but when it's not on screen, you do get a little tiny indicator that is also hard to see against the this color scheme here. All right, well,
Engaging jump jets.
we may as well jump around. Oh, you don't actually jump around all that well, and you don't jump at all.
All right.
Yeah, we may as well puddle hop because the water is going to remove enough heat that it won't be a problem. I can hear it jumping. Can't be that far.
Engaging jump jets.
How's it going?
Enemy detected.
Copy that, Commander.
Let's see if we can kill this thing without completely destroying it.
Heading out.
Also, I guess I should be worried about the ambush and the trap and everything. Yeah, it's only an initiative 3. Can't be that big. I guess they could have a pilot with the plus initiative skill, but I don't know that you see any pilots that are that skilled at this point in the game. Alright. Extra stability damage from all attacks is not something I'm super excited about. I think I'm going to keep her
Engaging jump jets.
out of direct line of sight. We can use the sensor lock here. What have we?
Sensor lock on
It
target.
is... Oh, it's a griffin. That is a kind of mech that is interesting to us. Doesn't really have a lot of weapons on, and actually its armor is all torn up.
I'm receiving you.
It would be kind of cool if we could take this thing down without completely destroying it. Given the limited ammo in our autocannon,
Alright.
I'm just going to take a laser shot here.
Yes, boss?
We don't have the morale for an aimed shot yet. I'm just going to give him the full blast here.
Move order received.
I maybe should have had Saber go first. You know, Saber's not going to be able to get in range to actually fire, though.
Firing all weapons.
Alright. What I would really like is to remove his leg. Didn't quite make it.
Orders. On the move. Full speed.
Yeah, is that what that is? Full speed? Well, you have the perfect cover. He'll never know you're here. Alright, we got ambushers coming in, but they're small ambushers. Doesn't necessarily mean they can't do damage to us, but let's just say I'm not overly worried. Alright, so now we have the ability to actually aim a little bit. Let me go for that leg and then try to get the other leg out from under him.
All weapons committed.
And you can see she's a much better called shot firer now.
Enemy mech.
It doesn't actually make your the point of skills. Oh, you know what? I'm just realizing I may have spent those skill points in the portion of the video that got lost. I didn't talk about that, but I did spend our skill
Waiting
points
for
from the mission that we earned from the Flashpoint.
Affirmative.
But so she has a level of called shot bonus now, which doesn't actually increase the accuracy of her called shots in the sense that like it doesn't make them more likely to hit the enemy mech, but it does significantly increase the chance that you will hit the area you are aiming at instead of other areas. Go for it.
Targeting for an
That
alpha
leg.
strike.
Okay, that'll do. One torso or one piece of salvage will have to do.
Enemy eliminated.
That was easy enough. His backup did not show up in time.
Ready for orders.
Kind of wish we could go on Overwatch. Just have the Jaeger mech prep all of the LRM bays, fire at whoever comes near.
Yes, Commander. Roger.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
Took their sweet time doing it, though. I think they sort of missed their opportunity here. that's not actually in the forest. Well, it's more important that we get the shot. Yeah, and this is 4 evasion. That's good enough. What do we have here? We have 4 mechs. All of them moving on 4. A fire starter, a spider. Yeah, just a bunch of garbage, really.
Commander?
Not great. It's really, really nice to have a plus movement, or a plus accuracy autocannon, though. It's been very helpful so far. Okay, we can get this guy in optimal range at least. Still got a couple of evasion charges that I can't necessarily overcome. That's a panther back there. Do I care more about the panther? No, not really.
Confirmed. Reporting critical hit.
Alright, well, Ricochet can bring down this fire starter, I'm sure.
Waiting for orders.
Cool if we could get him to the point where he can also use his autocannon. So, coming in the frontal arc, we need to deal 31 center torso damage for a kill. Unfortunately, that's 8 missiles. In order to guarantee that 8 missiles will hit center, we would have to fire probably in the neighborhood of like, not guaranteed, but for it to be likely that 40 missiles hit center, we're probably looking at in the neighborhood of 40 missiles on this guy. So, I may as well just give him everything. We could get lucky, and he could go down in the first 8. But I didn't want to take the chance. I'd like to just limit the number of enemies we are still facing, both in terms of reducing the amount of damage we're going to take, but also in terms of reducing the amount of time it's going to take for the enemy to play their turn out.
On it.
Poor Thunderbolt isn't going to get to fire its weapons at all. I may need to refit this. It may be too specialized. You could probably put like a large laser in it or something. And pull out the SRMs entirely.
I'm losing armor bad.
Because a large laser at least is still functional in the range that we're going to be trying to get into to fire the autocannon. So that keeps it devastating up close, although obviously a large laser is less than half of the damage of 2 SRMs. But it also gives it an option on turns like this where it can like do a real amount of damage. Okay. Whoa, so that thing's a panther. Just took the arm clean off my hatchet man. That was just a medium laser. Boy, that that got live real quick.
Engaging jump jets.
Let's maybe remove the panther. One of the panthers. I have a better shot on this one because of the raised the height, but I am shooting... Well, I guess I'm shooting into his front arc. Yeah, that'll do. Let's just maybe get rid of that PPC, shall we? Well, I hit exclusively the wrong arm.
Yes, Commander.
I can't believe the hatchet man took so much damage there. Hit him in the left arm and the damage carried all the way through.
Destroyed.
It's chopped him clean in
Waiting
half.
for orders.
I'm trying to route this in such a way that I don't enter the spore field.
Roger.
I thought I had stopped the hatchet man short of the spore field, but maybe that's what happened there, is that he was in it. And he took extra spore damage. You know what? Let's just go ahead and use our other aim shot. Let's get this done with. Nope, still missed with the autocannon. Man.
Reporting critical hit.
It seems like autocannons,
Commander.
when we miss with a single weapon, it's the autocannon far more often than I expect. How do we want to split this? We shouldn't need too much to get the panther, or to get the close panther. Let's maybe do like Like that. 30 missiles into him probably will get the job done as far as getting the PPC off of his arm.
Confirmed.
I'm not that worried about killing him. Okay, knockdown, head hit. Oh, we almost got the other PPC as well, actually. Okay. Well, this one's just about over. We're going to have to rebuild the Hatchet Man's whole arm, though. I bet that's going to take a little while. That's alright. We can run the Vindicator in its spot for the foreseeable. It's really nice to have enough mechs to have options like that.
All weapons committed.
It's also really, really nice to have somebody on the team who's actually good at aimed shots now.
Destroyed.
Or called shots, rather.
Standing by. Copy that.
Okay, there we go. And now the threat is over. They have basically no ability to do damage.
Guard a critical hit.
Standing by. Moving.
And Ricochet's gotta have this, right? Also, look at how good he is at dealing with heat when he's standing in water.
Got it.
It's really nice to have a map that is almost entirely water.
Mech destroyed.
Alright, let's take a quick look at how expensive, how time expensive this Hatchet Man repair is going to turn out to be. We get 2 pieces of salvage. I don't know that we actually need to. We're definitely going to take that piece of the Griffin. So yeah, give me that. And then, I guess an extra PPC. That we don't really have any other loot of value here. Yeah, alright. They gave me the Panther piece. We need to quickly check out what mech bodies we have. Because if that Panther was extra, we could sell it in our quest to put together this Griffin. My memory of the Griffin is that it is not like a particularly standout great mech, but first of all, you know, just getting stuff done is important. And secondly, I don't think that the Griffin will be a good backup. So, okay, we have a Panther standing, and then we also have an extra one now. So we'll just put you in storage. The spider that we have here is our only spider. Firestarter's our only Firestarter, the Cicada's our only Cicada, so we don't want to get rid of anything else, but we could sell the Panther. Get a 10% price increase here. I mean, that's the best deal we're going to get pretty much anywhere, unless we could find a world where the market's actually run by the pirates. Sell that. And what would it take for me to be able to finish off my Griffin? I would need 1.4 million. That's definitely doable. Oh no, wait a second. This is the wrong Griffin. There are apparently... Are there 2 configurations of Griffin? Do we have like a 1N or something? Griffin... Yep, 1N. Shoot. So the different patterns have different like weapon hardpoints, and sometimes they have different movement and melee statistics. 3 laser, 3 missile, 1 support. What is the other one? 4 laser, 2 missile, 2 support. Closer range weaponry. Alright. Well, that's a shame. Do we want to do one more? Where are we at? 54 minutes here, but we're taking pretty easy missions on. Yeah, we could do one more. Dead or Alive? That's against the local pirate organization. As is that. As is that. Actually, I'm not really excited about doing any of these. Well, we didn't exactly wash out on jobs here, but this is not quite what I was hoping for. You know what? We might do hot landing and just accept a little bit of pirate rep loss because we need the money. And maybe we do 1-5 with 627 so that we can make the money to buy the Griffin parts and then jump off world. We have 19 days to find another job to help us make the bills after that, which should be plenty. And out of curiosity, how bad is the Hatchet Man damage? What are we talking about in terms of repair time here? Let's replace that and say we wanted to just plug another medium laser in, make it exactly the same. Oh, only 2 days. Okay, that's not really that bad.
Logged and noted.
So, what I'm noting here is that we don't really have a ton of mech stuff that we want or can afford done. Oh yeah, we're not buying the mech anyway, so we don't need a huge amount of money. Maybe the better play would be to just jump out of here. I was kind of hoping that there would be more jobs against the Capellans on this world. Well, we could head over to Lin Huaiguan now. If you're wondering why the travel time is the same, even though we're considerably closer in space, it's because a lot of the travel time is dominated by like movement through gravity wells and stuff. It's not straight linear like, this is 2 parsecs away, and we move at 1 parsec per day. A little more complex. So we can kind of just do whatever now. We're not really in any danger, money-wise, since we're not buying mech parts from this world anyway. You know what, maybe we won't do another mission. I'm going to go ahead and, between this episode and next, compile that list of different worlds that we've already been to, and we'll pick a new one when we get back. So, I suppose that is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We took it a little bit easy, but now I'm feeling like we're back in fighting shape. So come back next time for a trip to a place where maybe the missions are going to be a little bit more difficult, and we'll see you then.